Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I have been a long time YouTube vlog watcher and now I have got a camera and I'm going to start my own. So today's video is just going to be a bit of a sit down, get to know me. I've got a few questions wrote down on my phone, so I'm just going to go through them and just basically spill my life out so you can get to know me, as I've said, and then my videos will go from there. So I'm going to start off with just a bunch of I guess, get to know me random questions. So my name is Ella. I live in Hervey Bay in Queensland of Australia. I've lived here in Australia since I was about 7 or 8, moved from England in a little place called Bristol. So lived on the Sunshine Coast with my family, and me and my partner have just moved here to Hervey Bay for my job. So to get into that, I am a registered nurse. I've just graduated from USC, which is the University of Sunshine Coast. So just graduated as a registered nurse, and I have a graduate position as a registered nurse here in Hervey Bay. So that started literally a few days ago, so I'm brand new, but I'm actually really enjoying it at the moment. Nursing has always been something that I've wanted to do for a long time, and I'm so happy that I'm able to pursue that career now. So yeah, so that's me in a nutshell, what I do most days, where I live. So let's just get started off with some questions. So how do you spend your free time? I've recently started getting into reading, and when I used to watch like YouTubers and they'd post all these videos about books, I'd be like skip. And then I came across Colleen Hoover, and last year I completed the 75 soft, and included with that was reading a chapter of a book every day, or 10 pages, something along those lines. So I picked up It Ends With Us and then It Starts With Us, and that has just got me hooked on reading Colleen Hoover. So I do have a fair few of her books now, and I'm trying to get back into that routine of reading every day because it's something that really helps with my mental health. It just helps me take a break, because when I get home from work, all I want to do is go. Could possibly be the undiagnosed ADHD, but I don't know. But yeah, I've got my reading book over here. We're sitting in my little reading nook in the corner. Yeah, so that's how I spend my free time. Otherwise, I love going shopping, love going for walks. I try to get to the gym when I can. That is one of my goals for this year. Obviously, not a New Year's resolution. It's just a goal to help improve my health. My favorite food. I think my favorite food, if we go sweet, it's just anything caramel. 100%, I love caramel. Savory, in terms of like a meal, has to be lasagna. I love lasagna, and like spaghetti bolognese, anything pasta like that. Oh, it's just delicious. Otherwise, sushi and GYG. Oh, I have too many favorites actually now that I think about it. I listen to any podcasts. I actually don't, but there's a fair few that are out there. So if there's any recommendations, please drop them down in the comments, because I think I would much rather go for a walk listening to a podcast that I can engage with instead of going for a walk listening to music. Next question. What is my favorite movie or TV show? Okay, my favorite TV shows, I'm gonna have to do a few, is definitely Modern Family, How I Met Your Mother, and Grey's Anatomy. All of those three, they are my binge watch emotional support shows. It's like having an emotional support water bottle. These shows are that for me. I will literally finish How I Met Your Mother and then just restart it again, because I just don't get sick of it. As for movies, I don't know, I'm definitely a Disney girl, so I love like my High School Musical, Camp Rock, like all those old kind of, well, not old, but all of those shows that I grew up watching, like movies that I grew up watching. Movies, like I love a comedy, but I'm more of a TV show kind of girl, that's for sure. Do I have any pets? I don't currently have any pets where I'm living now, whereas at home we've got our 2 little puppies, Jake and Bailey. I'll put in a couple of photos of them. They are so cute. I miss them so much because now I live about 2.5 hours away from my parents, so I don't get to see them as often. Josh and I are looking at getting a miniature golden retriever around that Christmas time. Hopefully that's our Christmas present for each other. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. Do I have a favorite book? So going on the Colleen Hoover train, I definitely think my favorite book of hers has to be Ugly Love. I don't know, that I could not put that book down. All of them I couldn't put down, but that one in particular, I would just like sit here for hours. And Josh would come home and like I wouldn't even have dinner cooked or anything because I'm still reading this bloody book. Few more questions that I was asked. So, am I single? Relationship status? What is it? So, as I mentioned, I have a fiance. So Josh, we got engaged last year in May. We are getting married in February of 2026. So we're having a longer engagement so that we have plenty of time to save and plan, which I'm really excited for. We've already booked our wedding venue and we're looking at other vendors like photography and flowers and whatnot, just to kind of get a price to help with the budget, because it is not a cheap thing. Weddings, you can make them cheap, and that's amazing for the people that can do that, but I am a get it done girl, how I want it done. It's gonna happen once, I'm not doing it again. I want it how I like it, so we'll see. Okay, now these are just random ones. What time do I go to bed? So every day is different. It all depends on my day at work and also depends on how I'm feeling that day, what I've been up to. Generally, generally my evening routine is a bit like, so when I get home from work around like the 3:30, 4 o'clock mark, maybe 4:30, depends how I go. So I come home, make sure dinner's ready and whatnot, so that when Josh gets home we can chill out, watch some TV shows or a movie, whatever. So usually I'm in bed by like that 8 or 9 o'clock time because I am absolutely knackered. I wake up around the 5 o'clock, 4:30 mark, so it's a long day. Who is my celebrity crush? I have to say Zac Efron, but Troy Bolton, like as Troy Bolton. He's definitely chef's kiss. Holidays, what do we have booked? Okay, so we actually are going to Bali in June for 3 weeks. So one of the other reasons for getting the vlog camera, so that we can bring you guys along for that, shoot all of our footage. We've also just bought a drone, so we are gonna get some amazing videos, photos. I can't wait, it's gonna be so exciting. So we've got Bali booked for June. We're going to Airlie Beach in March of next year, 2025. So on a cruise for my sister's 18th birthday. So that's gonna be exciting as well. So I'm looking forward to bringing everyone along for that. What is your favorite restaurant? I definitely say going out for a nice Italian is amazing. If any of you have been to Caloundra on the sunny coast, there's an Italian restaurant called Amici's and it is, oh, so good. Amazing. What is my favorite ice cream flavor? Definitely a chocolate girl. Anything chocolate I love. What was my first job? So, okay, so I'm gonna go through all my jobs before working now as a registered nurse. So when I was 13, I started working at a Chinese restaurant in Caloundra, and I was working there cash in hand. It was absolutely awful, but anyway. Then I worked at McDonald's for 5.5, 6 years. Did lots there. Just, you can't stay in that place for too long. It just was not for me. And I knew that I wanted to get into aged care or like AIN work, assistant in nursing work, so that I could like progress my nursing career. So I left McDonald's and started working at Gloria Jean's, which is just like a cafe, while I was also starting at Blue Care. So Blue Care was the residential service, like aged care facility. So I worked there as a PC, so personal care worker, for about, I think 2 years. And then once I got my registration for being a registered nurse in September of last year, that's when I started as a registered nurse at Blue Care on the sunny coast. And then once we moved to Hervey Bay, I transferred to Blue Care, that's here, and worked as a registered nurse. So I'm still working there casually while I'm at the hospital. But yeah, so that's been my jobs along the way. Do I have any siblings? What's my family life like? So I've got my mum and dad and my 2 little sisters. They live, like I've said before, on the Sunshine Coast. Okay, so next question was, what is my favorite color? So you wouldn't really be able to tell by me right now, like black and white, but it's definitely pink. I've always got to chuck a pink in there somewhere. When I do like a bit of a house tour, you'll definitely see a trend of pink. Particularly my kitchen utensils, I don't know what it is. When I was 14, I started making like my glory box, which is, if you don't know, it's basically like you get a box and you chuck a few things in it so that when you move out of home, you've got things ready to go. Well, I ended up having about 30 of those boxes in my parents' garage, and there's actually still some left at home now, I believe, and everything I bought was like pink. And at the time, I wasn't writing down what I'd purchased. So I would go out with friends and I'd be like, oh, that's cute, I'll get that, that's on offer. And then when we actually moved here, it turns out I have about like 4 whisks and 5 colanders and just stupid shit like that. So hence why I have a room full of kitchen appliance or kitchen items, I guess, kitchen utensils that need to be sorted. So yeah, that's my issue. What is your coffee order? So funny story, working at McDonald's, I was actually a barista and I hated coffee. It really turned my stomach and made me like quite unwell, like run back and forth to the toilet unwell. So I always avoided it, never was a coffee drinker. However, since working as a nurse here in the Hervey Bay, like we got an espresso machine. So that was, I guess, reason number 1 why I now drink coffee. But also it's just what nurses do. Like I felt like left out. I don't know. And then now I'm a fucking coffee drinker. So anyway. There's a few more questions I'll just go through. How many countries have you traveled to? So, I mean, if you can count going from England to Australia and then back to England once on a holiday and then back here, I guess that's, I've been to 2 countries, I don't know. Some of my favorite YouTubers. So people that have actually like given me the courage to start a YouTube channel, because I feel like my life can sometimes be boring, but then I see what other people post on YouTube and I'm like, oh, but like, I do that as well, and I do that, and I do that. So I watch a lot of Georgia Richards and Sophie Jane, Smiley Citrus, her name's also Ella. She's got a really good channel as well. There's plenty of others on there, but those are like my main 3 that I watch because I relate to all 3 of those ladies and I really like their content. So what is my favorite shop? I love Kmart. I have loved Kmart for many, many, many years. I think the new like home releases, like the living, the clothing, just everything, Kmart is doing a bloody good job. I'm gonna do, let's say 2 more questions. If you could live anywhere, where would it be? So Josh and I went to Airlie Beach at the end of 2022. We loved it. It was so nice. So I think when we have had kids and maybe we're in the position to build or buy more houses, investment properties, whatever, we would love to keep going up the coast. And one more thing, this is like people that know me in real life will be like, Ella, you're such an idiot, but they already know this kind of stuff. So it's like a if you know, you know situation. Do you have any allergies? Now, I don't really want to call it an allergy because I'm not like anaphylactic. However, I eat avocado a lot, and when I eat avocado, my lips go really red, they go really itchy and overall like uncomfortable, but my throat like doesn't swell up and I don't get like a big rash or anything like that. And I love avocado. Like if something has to have guacamole on it or avocado on toast or something, there will be more avocado or guacamole than the entire meal. So that's where I sit with avocado. This sounds so stupid and new people that are watching me are going to be like, this girl is stupid, but you know, when you love something, you love something. And I do have a tattoo of an avocado, so I just gotta get through it. That is about it from me. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you've got to the end, getting to know a little bit about me, hopefully it'll help you engage with the rest of my videos when I refer back to something. But if you haven't subscribed, please do keep an eye on my channel. There's going to be lots of exciting things coming. I've got my wedding in a few years. We've got lots of planning to do for that. We basically have only booked the venue, so we've got so much to do. We've got a house now. Although it's a rental, we still don't have all of our furniture and everything set up, so we've got so much going on here. So lots of videos around that. Also just what I get up to in a week. There's lots going on generally. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. I'm doing a test to see what my face looks like in the light.